This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen The Awful Truth, a screwball comedy from 1937 directed by Leo McCarey. It follows the trials and tribulations of Jerry and Lucy Warrener, a married couple whose suspicions of each other's infidelity leads to their divorce. With 90 days for the divorce to be finalized, the two move on quickly, with Lucy drawn towards an oil baron from Oklahoma and Jerry seeing a nightclub singer. However, it dawns on Jerry that Lucy may not have been hiding any discretions at all, and perhaps despite his misgivings, he doesn't want a divorce at all. Of course, the hard part is convincing Lucy, though it isn't long until the tables turn and she has her own doubts about her decisions. The final film is absolutely loaded with comedy, primarily in snappy bits of dialogue and performances. In fact, the story itself takes a bit of a backseat to let the cast do their own thing, leading to a rather steady amount of inadvertent development for the characters and their various relationships and rivalries. The basic plot is a bit light on substance as a result, but once the basic character motivations are set in place, it's not entirely important. It makes things more of a vehicle for how this story is told and moves forward, and thankfully it's all the better for it. Again, the performances are what keep everything moving, from Cary Grant and Irene Dunne butting heads and playing up each other's faults, to Ralph Bellamy's dopey Rust Belt mannerisms at odds with the refinement of New Jersey upper-class society. These and other clashes are not only fun and full of surprises, but come through with a natural flow. It's not a particularly realistic, true-to-life delivery, but they feel like choices made in the moment and as a result of ongoing events and antics, which just adds to the greater sense of spontaneity. If parts of the film were improvised, I wouldn't be surprised at all. On the other side of things, there's a bit of a trade-off where this production method leads to some relatively underwhelming technical elements. There are some great moments where cinematography and effects directly add to the comedy, and in a few cases just scrape by the censorship standards of the time. For the most part, though, it's generally a practical shoot, with longer, static takes that let the cast do their thing. Again, this is far from a detriment, but it does take away a bit from the visual appeal of the movie. The settings and set pieces we do see are pretty well designed, at least, and again, they do show clear choices made to propel the humor within a scene. It's just that, in general, the film suffers a bit from the kind of stale camera work and editing that's usually found in movies of this decade, where for every one or two interesting cuts or angles, there's a dozen shots that are just made with seemingly no real artistic intent in mind. But again, this is a movie that focuses less on this sort of visual production or storytelling, and more upon cast and character direction, and in that regard, the film is an excellent example of this approach. It does also show the sorts of sacrifices made towards the rest of the story, but inversely, it shows how much a movie can be supported by its main players alone. The Awful Truth, Leo McCarey, 1937. 3.5 stars. I'd go ahead and recommend seeing it yourself. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. You know, I wonder if there was a trend among screwball comedies that they had to have 2 or 3 word titles. The Awful Truth, His Girl Friday, Bringing Up Baby. Was that always a thing? Has anybody ever done research about it?